Good morning, good morning, good morning, season gang. How are we? Good morning. Well, it is bright and early. It's a beautiful day. I'm about to get my family on the road back to their homes and destinations so I can get some rest before I am back to work tomorrow. But I was listening to a YouTube video by one of my favorite YouTubers that doesn't live too far from me. His name is Big Ward, the genius. He is hilarious. He has a very serious take on all things. So if you have an opportunity, check out his YouTube channel. He is from the Gulf Coast as well. And I take a lot of my inspiration from him because, like I said, he is something else. But he posted a video last night saying men need to stop doing this. And it was the warning signs for men. And I think Big Ward is in his early 50s. So he's from the same school of thought that I am from, but he was telling the fellas that they gotta quit falling for being on a woman's roster, and that women have different places for different men. And when I say roster, we aren't talking about people that you are dating seriously or people that you're sleeping with or anything like that. We're just talking about men that are on a woman's roster to fulfill certain needs that she may have. And this goes all the way back to a stand-up that Steve Harvey did decades ago about the different types of men that a woman has to have in her life to build a one perfect man. And I'm here to talk to my nieces and my nephews here because us seasoned folks, we've been there, we done that. We pretty much played every game there is to play. And typically, or hopefully, we aren't doing that anymore. But for my nieces out here that are single moms and that has that list of guys that she keeps around for various reasons, I just want to say to you, be mindful how you treat people, because in your season time, it may come back to haunt you. Now, I'm not saying, don't do what you have to do, because it's hard out here and it's gonna get harder. And for a single woman with children, you have lots of things that you have to consider. But what I'm going to say to you ladies is consider the feelings of the men that you're dealing with. Now, in his video, he talked about doing a consultation for a young man that couldn't figure out why he couldn't, get things popping with this particular young lady that he was dealing with. And he just couldn't understand why she didn't want to spend more time with him, and why she didn't feel the same way about him that he felt about her. And Big Ward's advice was that sir, she has a roster, she has a team, and on that team you have to play your position, and you cannot expect certain things that don't come along with the position that you play. And he used, sports, of course, as an analogy. And I'm just saying that this young man's feelings seemed to be hurt. He couldn't understand why he was in the position he was in. So for my nephews, pay attention. Red flags or the warning signs are all there. So if you are offering a woman a relationship and she's saying she just wants to go with the flow, she just wants to see how things are going, if you cool with that, roll with it. If not, if you know there's something specific that you want, don't settle for what she's offering you. Don't just take what you can get. Decide what you want and deal with that. A lot of times, people will take what they can get because they have a specific need at the time, and it doesn't take care of all of their needs. And I'm going to say to you, don't do that. Don't set yourself up for that. Only go along with what you want to go along with. Decide what you want and stick to that. Don't decide based on the person that you're dealing with. Well, this is all she wants and I really like her, so I'm going to go along with it and be miserable. No, 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 no. Decide what you want and stick to that. Ladies have a lot of responsibilities, especially if they have their own homes, and they have smaller kids. They have yards that have to be done. They have cars that have to be repaired. They have bills that have to be paid. And in this day and time, we're going to quit kidding ourselves into thinking that everybody is a six-figured superstar entrepreneur making all this money and doing it all by themselves. That's a lie from the pit. There are a lot of regular women out there, just like I was a regular woman in my 30s with 2 children under the age of 10, in private school, involved in every activity that they could possibly be involved in, running a household, working for the state, doing all those things. And we all know what a state salary is. My state salary basically simply covered my insurance benefits, and that was it, and that was all. Like I was saying, it takes more than one salary to make it in this current economy. And that may be the reason why you have to have more than one person on your team. Now, I understand what everybody's going to be thinking about what I just said. I'm not encouraging women to take advantage of men or anything like that. I wish that everybody could make the exact amount of money they needed in order to survive and to do all the things that they need to do. But we all need a little bit of help. And relationship, or the R word, seems to be the one thing that nobody wants to talk about. And if all we're going to do is entertain people every now and then when we feel like it, sometimes a roster or a group of individuals are just what you're going to need in order to make this thing work. Now, to my nephews, if that's not something you want to participate in, don't participate in it. Like Big Ward says, there's always the sugar daddy, and then there's that guy that makes things happen, and there's that guy that looks out, for the kids, and then there's that guy that takes care of your car. You don't have to be that guy. If a woman doesn't provide you what you need, then move on. Don't let your feelings and emotions keep you in a situation that's not equally beneficial for you. So, I just wanted to pop on and have my say about that video. Like I said, I recommend you guys checking out Big Ward the Genius on YouTube. The title of the video was something to the effect of "Men Have to Stop Falling for This." And I tend to agree with him. And to the ladies, if a relationship is really what you want, we need to act like it. We need to be grateful. We need to show some gratitude for the men in our lives and what they do, whether they're our uncles or brothers or significant others or sons. We need to show some gratitude for the things that they do for us, because the truth of the matter is, contrary to what a lot of women would like to believe, it's virtually impossible to make it out here by yourself. God put us on this earth, men and women that is, to have totally different responsibilities. And I can't take on his responsibility, and he can't take on mine. I have my responsibilities. I have what God has called me to do, and he has the same. And that's exactly how we need to govern ourselves. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. Stop trying to do everything. If you are a benefit to someone and you don't feel like you're benefiting, you need to take your resources elsewhere. And for the young ladies out here, I don't personally have a problem with the roster and those things. If that's the best that you can do, if you can't seem to have, get someone that wants to settle down with you, and that's the only way that you know how to do it, I don't personally have an issue with that. All I ask is that you be mindful. Be mindful of the people that you're dealing with and what you say your intentions are for them, because men have feelings too. It's just that simple. And you don't want to get caught up in some mess that you don't want to participate in. And the men don't want to get caught up in mess that they don't want to participate in. So, to my fellas, if the lady is not showing you the interest, if, she's not giving you what you have been giving her, I know that we love to try to sell y'all on the fact that it's a man's responsibility to provide. But it's the man's responsibility to provide for his family. He has to create a family to provide for. Otherwise, it is his responsibility to provide for himself. And for my ladies out there, don't feel pressured to do anything that you don't want to do. We got to stop all this single mom stuff. We got to stop, having these households with multiple baby daddies and nobody being around to do what needs to be done when the heavy lifting is required. We need to choose better. And that goes for my nieces and my nephews. You need to choose wisely. Don't waste your time and energy on someone who's not worth it. Take that from your auntie. 55 years old, single, still not always getting it right. Utilize your resources wisely, male and female. So I just wanted to pop on and have a little Sunday afternoon chat with you guys. This is not a day that I typically upload, but it's a beautiful afternoon. I pulled up at my mom's waiting on everybody to get here so I can get my family on the road so they can get back home to their destinations and we can get into this work week next week. So I hope that everybody has a marvelous Sunday afternoon. It is absolutely beautiful here in Pensacola after we had some pretty ugly weather on yesterday. So I wanted to pop on, say, hey, what y'all doing? I got some videos coming up for you guys next week. Hopefully we'll give you some food for thought. And one just happens to be about this same situation where men are in situations that they find themselves in and they feel stuck and what you need to do. So tune in for my videos that will typically post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. And until then, it's the Seasoned Lady signing out. I hope you all have an absolutely fabulous afternoon. Toodles.